So starting down on our mats, toes tucked under, we're just going to warm up through the toes and the balls of the feet before we get into our power flow. So we're going to stay here for 1 minute and I'm going to time us. So close off the eyes, either place the hands in the lap or you can place the hands on the floor for a little bit of extra support. And just breathe here, breathing into the belly. Feeling all the sensations in the toes. Trying to work through any soreness, aching, little bits of pain. Another 15 seconds. Still breathing. And place the hands back down on the mat. Untuck those toes. Ooh. Maybe give them a little pat out on the mat. And then come to sit back on the heels, and this time we're going to stretch through the shins and the front of the ankles. So sitting back, you can place your hands down behind you, or if you're feeling clever, ooh, not me today, place the hands on the legs. So I'm going to stay here. This is quite an intense stretch. Breathing here. Really working through the front of the feet, through the shins. Core nicely engaged, keeping you stable. And very slowly bringing yourself forwards. Ooh. Coming into an all fours position. Okay, so in all fours, just working the spine as we always do through cat and cow. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the spine. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, curling the spine. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, curl the spine. One more. Inhale, shine that heart forwards. Exhale, curling the spine. Coming to neutral. Firing up our core again, things that you'll recognize from a lot of my flows. So taking the left leg back and the right arm comes out, trying to keep the hips nice and square and working into these the lower side abdominal muscles, so you feel like you're really getting in there and underneath, deeply into the abdominals. Breathing here. One more deep breath. And then taking the left foot in the right hand and trying to stretch up, lifting that chest, looking forwards. Breathing, smiling, lowering back down. And then placing the right hand down, staying on that right knee, but twisting it out to the side, coming into a little bit of a side stretch. So taking the left leg up and the left arm up. Those are the flexy ones amongst you. You've got the option of taking the toe in the hand, but if not, just staying with the arm and the leg lifted. So you're really having to work through all the muscles right now. We're straight into it. And coming down. Nice, guys. Okay, second side. So we go away with the right leg and away with the left arm. Trying to keep those hips nice and square, breathing into the tummy, working through the core muscles. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking the left hand and clasping around the ankle, So this is perfectly fine on both sides, and if you would like to really try and stretch it, lift the chest, lift the head. Trying to stay stable, you'll feel yourself wobbling, and release down. Place the left hand down, pivot the left leg, so the left foot is facing away, and then opening out to the side, right arm comes up, right leg comes up. Option of staying here, it might be down here and this is fine. Option of taking the two right peace fingers around the toe, really stretching, elongating up to the sky. Nice, and lowering down, coming back to all fours, sending the bottom all the way back into our extended puppy, letting the chest melt down to the floor. Option of coming up to the fingertips to get a little bit of extra space. Place those palms back down. And then we're going to snake our way through to an upward facing dog. So coming all the way through, pushing forwards on the toes, upward facing dog. So here, we just want to make sure that as you're coming back and forth, you're not jarring through the back or snaking through the back too much. So I'll show you that again. We're coming from our extended puppy. We've got those toes tucked under. We're pressing through the hands, coming all the way forwards. Thighs stay off the mat. We open out through the chest. Look up. And exhale back. Extended puppy. Two more. Inhale, coming forwards. Exhale. All the way back. One more. Inhale, pushing forwards, upward facing dog. Exhale, sending that bottom high, extended puppy. Nice. Breathing here just for a moment. And then slowly bringing yourself all the way up to a kneeling position. We're going to do some half circles with the neck. So we're going to take the head over to the left, take it down through the center. Right ear comes to right shoulder. And we go all the way back down the front through the center. Left ear, left shoulder. Back down through the center again. And take a couple more of these in your own time. Just feeling your way around the upper body, the neck, the shoulders, the head. And then when you're ready, coming to find stillness, flutter open the eyes. Place the hands down, tuck under the toes, and send that bottom back. And then walk those feet in for our forward fold. Always having the option of a nice bend at the knees so that we can work on elongating the spine. Let the head hang down, let the arms hang down. Few more breaths here. And then slowly peeling the body all the way up to standing. Head and neck come last. Smiling to yourself. Stepping towards the front of our mat, placing the hands to the heart. And these last 2 days we've been working through meditation and through breathing. So today I want us to set an intention for our power flow. So I want you to, your intention, obviously you can choose an intention that might mean a bit more to you, it's entirely up to you. One that I'm going to recommend to us all is that we really try and focus on our breath. Throughout this flow, we try and stay with the breath, stay with Ujjayi breathing, or if you're not familiar with that, working with deep nasal breathing into the diaphragm. So let's all just close our eyes, hands to the heart, just for a moment. And take some nice deep breaths here. Eyes closed. One more deep breath. And then take the hands down to the side of the body. Feet together, facing forwards. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, take the body all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, step or jump the feet back through chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rolling over those toes, coming to find our first downward facing dog. So here I want us to really work into the legs, pedaling through the feet slowly, one by one, bringing both heels down, drawing them towards the floor. Come up onto both toes, drawing them down again. Shake the head for no. No, cat, no more yoga. Nod the head for yes, yes, cat, all of the yoga. We love Yoganuary. And just step, find a little bit of stillness here. On the next inhale, we're going to roll the body all the way forwards over into our high plank. Nice. And we're going to breathe here in high plank. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. One nice deep breath. And then inhale, rolling over again, high plank. Setting your foundation, spreading through the fingers, through the toes. Lifting the right leg off if you can. Remembering to breathe. Lowering that right leg down, lifting the left. Breathing here. Lowering it down and waving that body all the way back to downward facing dog. Remembering at any time you can take child's pose. If any of this gets too much, child's pose is always an option. And on the next inhale, we'll step or jump the feet forwards. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, folding over those legs. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bringing them back down to the heart. Taking a moment. Inhale, reach the arms up again. Exhale, diving all the way down, palms down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the chest halfway, option of hands to shins. Exhale, place those hands back down, option of stepping or jumping the feet all the way back. For those of you familiar with chaturanga, take it now. Those of you not, we'll take the knees down and then we'll lower slowly all the way down to the mat, really working on our strength. And then upward facing dog, everyone together. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then this time stepping the feet all the way together, lifting the right leg off. Okay, so maybe actually we'll just walk that left foot in a tiny, tiny weeny bit. Take the right leg off, ground through the right hand and try and just work with taking that left hand off the mat. If you can, take that left hand off and take it down by the side of the body. Always remembering to breathe. Staying here. Ooh. Breathing. Still here. Doesn't matter if you fall, just come back up again. And lowering it down, straight onto the other side. So lifting up the left leg. And then working through that left hand, really grounding through those fingers. And then playing with the balance here. So trying to take off that right hand, see if you can stay steady. And then when you're ready, taking that right hand, if you can, alongside the body. Again, it doesn't matter if you fall out of it, just slowly come back into it. The same way that we did, ooh, See, we all do it. Breathing here. And coming down, staying in that downward facing dog just for a moment longer. And then together, bring the elbows. So working on our triceps now, coming into dolphin, I want us to draw the elbows together and bring them down to the mat. So if you can't do them together, you can do them one at a time. So bringing it down 1 and then 2. And then what we're going to do is just step those feet in a little bit, and we're going to try and power through the hands and lift ourselves all the way up. So it takes a little while to get that strength, but if you can do it one by one, that's brilliant. So lowering down, and then either coming up both our arms together, or doing it in a little bit of a step until you've built that strength. So we'll do 2 more of those. So lowering down to dolphin. Inhale, lifting all the way up, really working through those triceps. Lowering down once more. And then from here, I know it's probably hurting a little bit. From here, step those feet in as far as they will go. And then lift the right leg up. Lift it and hold it. Breathing, remembering about our intention of the breath. Lowering that right leg down. Lifting up through the left. Staying strong in the breath, strong in the arms. And release it down. And one last bit of power here, powering through those arms, coming up. Ooh. And then jumping the feet towards the hands. Give them a little bit of a rest. Hang down there. Just let the body hang. And then slowly peel the body all the way up, up, up. Take the hands to the heart and take a moment to yourself. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up again. Take a little baby back bend this time, so really drawing up through the heart, through the chest, lifting it to the sky. Exhale, folding over those legs, palms come down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, place the hands down, and we'll jump the feet back to a high plank here. So staying in our high plank, and then we're going to take our body all the way over to the right for a side plank. So we're going to stack the feet, so left foot goes on top of right, and lift that left arm up. If this is too much for you, you can place the left foot down over the top like I'm doing now, or you have the option of coming onto the elbow, if that's all too much for you. For those of you, my power yoga lovers, we're going to stay up here. And now we've got options. We can come to a tree. We can take the peace fingers around that foot. Ooh, it's a good demonstration. Take the peace fingers around that foot. Lift the chest really high, or release that foot and just keep it up and keep it straight. Remembering to breathe. Placing that leg back down. Coming over into that high plank. Option of child's pose, always. For those of you ready to power on, coming over to the left, sweeping that right arm up. Same variations apply. We can be down on the elbow. We can have that right foot down for a little bit more support. So we have the options here of bringing the knee up for tree, taking the toes all the way up, or just having it holding here. And you're going to hold that for a couple more breaths while I just take a moment down here. To demonstrate the whole thing and keep talking can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge. Okay, lowering down with that right leg now, all coming into high plank, and we'll all send ourselves back together into child's pose. Let the forehead come down onto the mat. One more breath here. And then keeping our elbows down, we're going to tuck under the toes. We're going to come back to that dolphin position. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not over yet. So, lifting the bottom all the way up, keeping it high, pushing out through the shoulders. Once again, we're going to lift off that right leg, and this time we're going to try and do what we did in downward facing dog. So we're going to try and test the balance with the left arm off and the right leg off. So just see what you can do. Doesn't matter if you fall. And release it down, take the other side. Left leg comes off. And then we test with the right hand, the right arm. Really having to use the core and work through those stabilizing muscles. And placing it all back down. Powering through those hands, coming all the way up. Finding your downward facing dog. And taking a little bit of a restful moment here in downward facing dog. Nice. So drawing the right leg up this time. Opening through the hips, looking under the right armpit, bending that top knee. The option is to stay here. This is wonderful for the hip opening. Those of you wanting to go all the way over into Wild Thing, please take that now. I will come with you. So pivoting the foot, coming all the way down, opening the body out. Wild Thing. Those of you still in three-leg dog, still breathing there. And then when we're ready, coming all the way back up. And everyone lowering down together. And now coming on the left side, drawing the left leg all the way up. Breathing here, opening out through the hips, looking under the left armpit. Bending that top knee. And then option of staying here or taking that loop. So coming to find Wild Thing, opening out through the chest. Remembering to breathe. And then when you're ready, flying that left leg all the way back up, lowering everything back down, finding that downward facing dog position again. And then slowly walking the feet back towards the hands. Let everything hang down. Just leaving the body here to hang just for a moment. And then slowly peeling ourselves all the way back up, 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 up. Nice. Okay, maybe just stepping into the middle of the mat. Take the hands to the hips. Lifting up that right leg. Pointing the toe, lifting it as high as you can, really working into the quadriceps. Breathing here. One more breath. And then bending that knee all the way in, hugging the right knee in towards you. And then taking the two peace fingers around the big toe of the right leg, left hand to the hip, taking that right leg all the way out in front of you. If it needs to stay bent, that's perfectly fine. We can stay bent just here. Those able to take it out in front, please do. Breathing here. And then opening the right leg out to the side. Trying to stay strong and grounded in the left foot and the left ankle. Bringing that right leg back to the front. Bending the right leg. Bringing it all the way through for Warrior 3. Maybe really feeling it in your left side glute here. Keeping the hands on the hips. And then option of staying here, or those of you feeling the little challenge, taking the right hand to the right leg, placing the left hand on the left leg, and then opening out. Ooh! So, coming into that dancer. Trying to stay stable, remembering to breathe. My balance is clearly not on track today. Hopefully yours is better than mine. And then slowly bringing it all the way back through, hugging the knee in again. Still all on that left leg, really rooting down the foot into the mat. And then coming it down, placing the hands on the mat, coming into a standing split. Option of taking one hand, left hand to the left leg. Breathing here. Still holding. And releasing the right leg all the way down to the mat. Stepping the feet back and placing the hands down. And we're just going to do some little tuck jumps towards handstand. So for those of you thinking, oh my gosh, handstand, do not fear. We're literally going to do 5 jumps, tucking the knees in. So they might be tiny. They might, for the first one, they might just be like this, not really wanting to kind of send yourself too far. But we'll just work on it. So 1, back down, 2, back down, 3, 4, last one, make it a good one, 5. Placing yourself in that downward facing dog, walking the feet towards the hands, and slowly peeling the body all the way up to standing. Nice. Coming to stand in the center of the mat again. Taking both hands to the hips. This time really grounding through the toes on the right foot. Sending that left leg away, pointing the toes. Breathing here. Holding it a little bit longer. Really working into that leg. And then bending that knee in. Giving it a hug towards the chest. Smiling, it's all going to be okay. Okay, taking the 2 peace fingers around the big toe of the left leg. Option of just taking the leg out as far as you can, keeping it bent, or if you have it in you, taking that leg all the way out straight. Whatever feels right for your body. Breathing here. Keeping that right hand to the hip. And then taking the right leg all the way out to the side. Gazing over to the right. It's okay to fall, as you can see from me doing it myself. Breathing here. And then bringing that leg back round to the front. My curtains are getting in the way. Stay there. And then taking that leg all the way back through for warrior 3. So option, again, staying here in warrior 3, really working on grounding ourselves down into that right leg. Or we have the option of dancer, so placing the right hand on the right leg and taking the left hand to either the calf or you can take it to the ankle. And really work on using that Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, so there are energy locks in our body, and really working on drawing them up, trying to work on the stability. Breathing here. Take a few attempts, even if you fall. Remembering to breathe. Bringing that knee back through, hugging it to the chest again. And then coming down for our standing split. Still on that right leg, taking both hands to the floor. Option of taking the right hand behind the right leg, drawing the head towards the leg. Breathing here, holding. One more breath. And then placing the hands down, Stepping the feet back again. I'm going to do 5 more of those little tuck jumps. So in your own time, just jumping the feet up, tucked in towards a handstand, sort of like a bunny hop. And when you're done, whenever that may be, come to find your downward facing dog. Breathing here. And then we're all going to roll the body all the way over into our high plank together. And holding through that high plank, breathing into the abdominals. Feeling the body really working here. And then rolling all the way back. Downward facing dog, always the option of child's pose. And then, if possible, we're going to power through the hands and try and jump ourselves back. So if not, just walk the hands all the way back. That is perfectly fine. And then roll the body all the way up to standing at the back of our mats. Nice. So now opening out, I'll be facing you, coming into our prasaritas. So we've got the feet parallel, so the outside of the feet are parallel to the ends of the mat. You might maybe want to pigeon toe the toes in a little bit, so you feel like you've got more of a straight angle. Take the hands to the hips, inhale, lift the chest, exhale, and hold halfway, and then take the arms all the way out, so we're sort of like an aeroplane here, and hold here. Nice flat back. Breathing here. Inhale. And exhale, place the hands down. Inhale, lift the chest to prepare. Exhale, take a forward fold over those legs. For those of you that have tripod headstand in your practice, feel free to take it now. I have a clip in my hair, so I'm going to stay here with the people that are just doing a lovely forward fold. Breathing here. And then slowly inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Nice. Those of you in tripod headstand, coming down and then meet us here at the top when you're ready. So this time we're going to turn the toes towards the outsides of the mat. We're going to come down into our goddess. So placing the hands to the heart, lowering the body down. We're going to stay here and we're going to breathe, really working into the glutes and the legs. Closing off the eyes, holding it here. Even if you start to shake, trying to find stillness. Remembering the breath. Holding. One more deep breath. And then coming all the way up. Ooh. Did you feel that? I felt that. Okay. Taking the arms all the way out to the side. And we're going to bend the right leg and come all the way over and open out into a really nice twist. So the left palm comes to the mat. And then coming up, walking the hand back over to the left side. Sweeping that left arm up this time. Finding that twist. Releasing it down. Bringing the left feet together. Sorry, not the feet together. Bringing the hands down to the mat. Feet stay where they are. Take the hands to the hips and then we're slowly going to roll the body all the way up. And then we're going to come back down to that squat again, to that goddess. Place the hands to the heart and we're going to pulse 20 times together. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Coming up. Whew. Breathe. Give the legs a little bit of a shake out. That can sometimes be a real killer. Stand with the hands on the hips, feet together. Taking a moment to breathe. Okay, pivoting yourself back around to the front, coming through a vinyasa. So we'll inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, place them down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, step or jump the feet back, high plank, lowering down, chaturanga, all down through the knees. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rolling over, downward facing dog. And then just hopping the feet all the way forwards towards the hands and come down into this squat here. So we're going to try the one leg, so a pistol kind of squat. So if you can get the foot all the way down to the floor, you might find this a bit easier, but obviously you need to have quite flexible ankles. And we're going to clasp around the front of the foot and take the right leg out. Now, if you are up on your toe, this is going to be quite a bit harder to find that balance, but we might be able to just do it. So give that a go. So on your left foot with the right leg out in front, holding here. Breathing, lowering that leg down. Coming forwards now into a nice deep lunge, so opening out through that hip. Option of having the toes tucked under, I do for knee injury reasons, or you can have the foot flat. Opening out through those hips. And place the hands back down, come to a high plank, and then we'll hop those feet in again, down to that low squat. Knees together, and then we'll do the same on the second side. So option of staying up on the toe and taking that left leg out, finding the balance, or like me, coming down fully onto the foot and finding that balance just there. Just do what you can, do what feels right for your body. Holding here, feeling the work through the hips. Placing everything down, reaching forwards and now coming into that lunge on the second side, really opening out through the hips. Nice. Breathing here. One more deep breath. And then placing the hands down, coming back to a high plank here, and then rolling the body all the way up and over, downward facing dog. One deep breath. And then jumping or stepping the feet through to a seated position. So we're coming down now to our mats. So we're winding down a little bit now for a couple of minutes. Lifting up the chest, exhaling, coming into our forward fold or Paschimottanasana. Really reaching forwards, lengthening through the spine, bending the knees if you need to. Always have that as an option. Closing off the eyes. Breathing here. And then on the next inhale, lifting the chest up. Nice. So bring that right leg in for a bit of a twist. So hugging the right leg, gazing towards the back of the room, staying strong in that front left leg. Unwinding, coming back to the center, switching sides. Just working through a few floor seated postures just to get ourselves back grounded again. Place that left hand behind us. Inhale, reaching, powering all the way through, gazing towards the back of the room. Breathing here. And releasing all the way back to the front. We'll just come through one more vinyasa. So coming into Navasana boat pose, option of bent knees or straight legs. Breathing here. Staying strong, working through the tummy. And then crossing the right leg over the left, swinging yourself forward, placing the hands back down, high plank, coming down through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, smile. Exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. And then on the next inhale, jumping the feet through to seated. And we're just going to end here today. Soles of the feet together. We're going to come forward into Baddha Konasana. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, take that forward fold. Trying to stay long through the spine, not curling the spine. Keeping it long. Breathing here. One more deep breath. And then inhale, coming up. And we're going to take a relaxation, keeping our legs here. So we have the option of maybe putting some cushions underneath the knees, just to find it a little bit more relaxing. And when you're ready, taking the elbows all the way back, coming down to our mat, finding a nice comfortable position, closing off the eyes. Arms come down beside you, palms facing upwards. Just breathing here. And taking a moment to come back to our intention. So whatever it may be, if you went along with me and you had your intention to focus on the breath, ask yourself how much you did that. And think to yourself, maybe you focused maybe too much, or you didn't focus enough. And now let that go. What's done is done. Did your practice. Congratulate yourself for your practice. And then devote your practice to somebody you love. Dedicate it to somebody. Somebody that needs that powerful energy in their lives. Somebody that means something to you. Somebody you're grateful for. And then just before we totally switch off, with your eyes closed, I want you to smile. And I don't care how stupid you feel right now, smile to yourself. And I want you to say out loud, I am enough. Together, I am enough. And now just breathe. I'm going to say goodbye and switch the video off from now, but I would love for you to stay in your Shavasana, maybe repeating that I am enough mantra to yourself. Namaste, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.